Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. A call center. 200 employees in cubicles. Headsets on. Sales scripts open. They're calling American retirees, offering to sell their timeshares, promising six-figure payouts. Except it's not customer service. It's the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, and they've stolen $350 million. This is the story of CJNG, Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generación, one of the 5 most dangerous criminal organizations in the world. They don't just traffic drugs, they run call centers, professional operations, English-speaking employees, fake law firms, counterfeit government documents, targeting elderly Americans who own timeshares in Mexico. Between 2019 and 2024, 6,000 victims reported losses. This is how a drug cartel became a Fortune 500 scam operation, and why 8 call center workers who tried to quit ended up dead. CJNG forms in 2011, splinters from the Sinaloa cartel, led by Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho. By 2012, they control much of Jalisco state. Puerto Vallarta becomes a stronghold, tourist destination, beach resorts, timeshare properties everywhere. The cartel is known for extreme violence, fentanyl production, drug trafficking across 40 countries. U.S. government offers $15 million for El Mencho's capture. But in 2012, they discover something more profitable than violence. Fraud. Before 2012, independent scammers run timeshare frauds in Puerto Vallarta. Small operations. Call centers targeting American timeshare owners. The pitch is simple. We have a buyer for your timeshare. Just pay the taxes up front. Then we'll release your money. Victims wire funds. Then the scammers disappear. These independent operators make decent money. Millions annually. Julio Cesar Montero Pinzon sees the opportunity. Senior CJNG member, known as El Tarjetas, the cards. He realizes timeshare fraud is perfect for cartels. Low overhead, minimal risk, direct cash flow into Mexican banking system. More importantly, harder to prosecute than drug trafficking. Lower chance of extradition. CJNG moves to control all timeshare fraud operations in Puerto Vallarta. Independent call centers receive visits. Cartel representatives make offers. Work for us, or shut down. The message is clear. Refuse and face consequences. Accept and share profits with the cartel. Most operators accept. Those who don't disappear. Within months, CJNG controls 24 call centers across Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, Guadalajara, and Acapulco. The cartel brings organization, professional training, better scripts, fake websites, counterfeit legal documents. They hire English-speaking Mexicans, often college students or young professionals needing work, pay them legitimate salaries, provide benefits. From outside, it looks like normal customer service work. The fraud operation becomes sophisticated, multiple layers, different roles. The operation resembles corporate structure more than criminal enterprise. The primary fraud is advance fee scheme. Victims receive calls from sales representatives offering to buy their timeshares. The offers sound legitimate. Market rate or slightly above. We have a buyer ready, the caller explains. They're offering $90,000 for your Puerto Vallarta timeshare, but you need to pay Mexican taxes first, $15,000. Once we receive payment, the buyer releases funds. Victims who agree wire $15,000 to Mexican bank accounts. Then, nothing happens. Calls go unanswered. Emails bounce. The company disappears. But the scam doesn't end there. Weeks later, victims receive another call. Different person. Claims to be a lawyer or government official. We're investigating timeshare fraud. We've recovered your money, but to release funds, you need to pay legal fees. $5,000. Desperate victims pay again, hoping to recover original losses. The caller is the same cartel, same operation, second extraction from the same victim. Some victims get a third call. A settlement has been reached with the fraudulent company. Your $90,000 plus the $15,000 in taxes will be released. Just pay the processing fee. $3,000. Third payment to the same cartel operation. One victim loses $118,000 across 3 separate transactions. Between 2019 and 2024, FBI data shows devastating numbers. 6,000 U.S. victims report losses. $350 million stolen. Many victims are elderly retirees. Life savings wiped out. In just 6 months documented by Treasury officials, $23 million flows from the United States to CJNG-controlled Mexican accounts. The FBI estimates actual losses are higher. Many victims don't report out of embarrassment. The call center workers aren't volunteers. Many are trapped. CJNG recruits young Mexicans with promises of legitimate work. Customer service jobs, good pay, professional environment. Once hired, workers discover the truth. They're running scams, stealing from Americans. Some try to quit. June 2023. 8 call center workers in Puerto Vallarta attempt to leave. All 8 are found dead, murdered by CJNG enforcers. The message to remaining workers: you don't quit. Ever. Treasury Undersecretary Brian Nelson later states, cartel fraudsters run sophisticated teams of professionals who seem perfectly normal on paper or on the phone, but in reality, they're money launderers expertly trained in scamming U.S. citizens. The operations hide behind legitimate-appearing businesses. Treasury officials identify 13 companies in Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. All claim to be financial services or real estate firms. From outside, they look like normal Mexican businesses. Inside, they're money laundering fronts for CJNG timeshare fraud. Julio Cesar Montero Pinzon, El Tarjetas, senior CJNG member who took control of timeshare operations in 2012. Griselda Margarita Arredondo Pinzon, his half-sister, manages financial operations, handles money laundering through accountants and paymasters. Both live openly in Jalisco, operate businesses, present as legitimate entrepreneurs. The cartel protection allows them to work without fear of Mexican prosecution. FBI begins investigating in 2019 after victim complaints surge. Special Agent Sean Roberts leads the investigation, discovers patterns, multiple victims sending money to same Mexican accounts, common phone numbers across different companies, fake websites sharing identical IP addresses, stolen identities of U.S. lawyers and officials. Financial tracing reveals all roads lead to CJNG. U.S. Treasury Department starts sanctioning individuals and companies connected to the fraud network. April 2023. First sanctions against CJNG associates for timeshare fraud. December 2023. Additional sanctions targeting Puerto Vallarta call centers. July 2024. More sanctions against accountants and firms laundering timeshare fraud proceeds. August 2025. Further sanctions targeting CJNG leaders operating fraud schemes. Over 70 individuals and entities sanctioned total. The cartel's confidence grows. They start impersonating U.S. government officials. Scammers call victims claiming to represent the Office of Foreign Assets Control, the actual Treasury Department agency that sanctions them, using the government agency investigating them as part of the scam. The audacity is staggering. September 22, 2025. Everything changes. Chapter 4. The Fall. September 22, 2025. Federal court in Brooklyn unseals criminal indictment. Julio Cesar Montero Pinzon charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering, conspiracy to provide material support to foreign terrorist organization. Maximum sentence: life in prison. Griselda Margarita Arredondo Pinzon charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit money laundering. Maximum sentence: 40 years. The indictment details the entire operation. FBI releases victim impact statements. Despite indictments and sanctions, the operation continues. Montero Pinzon remains in Mexico, protected by CJNG, unlikely to face extradition unless captured. His half-sister also remains free in Mexico. The call centers adapt. New company names, new websites, different phone numbers, but the same scam, the same victims, the same cartel.